Sean's typing, so any moment now we'll be getting a new update. Any moment. Take your time, Sean. There we go. Oh, and he's misspelled ERLC. Anyways, the new update is here. Console matchmaking servers, gifting, game passes and dev products, new police and civilian vehicles, as well as much more. Servers are not shut down. So anyways, let's go and check this out. So here we are in game. You can still see that the winter season is upon us, obviously unless you change that in your private server. But all of the Christmas decorations have now been removed. Trees, all of the signs, all of the little decor pieces. And then over here, they've actually now replaced this with, I guess, a little park. Can't really call it a park actually since there's no grass, but I guess a little square. They've got the fountain over here that was in the downtown park, but was removed because of the ice rink. So they're keeping that there for a bit longer, and they've moved the fountain over here for now, which I think could work, honestly. Maybe they could turn that park into something else. I don't know. Anyways, that isn't the only new map update slash new building change. We're going to head over here to the new store. Yes. Metro Tactical. So the building looks, well, pretty much the same, which I think makes sense. They basically just add an interior to it. Metro Tactical and Public Safety Supply. It just seems like one of these two interiors is filled out. So, heading inside, we've got a bunch of UGCs, Ollie behind the counter there. And yeah, it looks like you can just click on any of these to purchase. I think these are all made by one of the ERLC modelers. Probably the same person that made the new SWAT gear, because it looks very similar. But yeah, very nice. Federal Agent, Gang Unit, Park Ranger, that's a nice one. Warrant Services, we've got a bunch of traffic vests over here. And then we've also got a bunch of my UGCs that have somehow made their way into their game. So we've got the Tan Fire Radio, we've got the Medical Stat Pack there, we've got EMS and Fire Rescue Beanies, and then over here I saw, we've got the Black Radio as well. So that's pretty cool. It's cool to see those in game. So yeah, again, if you do want one, all you got to do is click on it, pull this menu up, I guess, and then you can just buy it. UGCs are so expensive these days. Crazy. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So it's basically similar to Liberty Apparel and Springfield. You just click on any of these and purchase them. And it would be cool to see if this rotates. Maybe not every update, but every couple of months, see some new UGCs come in here and highlight some of the best. That'd be cool. Ollie went into what seems to be a back room. Yeah, just a pretty empty back room back here. And then, yeah, that's basically the store. Okay, so we're here on police, and we have two vehicles that kind of returned to the game, kind of new. It depends how you want to put it. Falcon Prime Esca Interceptor. I never know how to pronounce this. The Crown Victoria has finally made its way back into the game. And I think it looks pretty good. 15,000. It is a buyable, not rank locked, which I think a lot of people will be pleased to hear about. There we go. Look at that. Honestly, for a fictional Crown Victoria, I think they've done a very good job with that. So Ollie's pulled up the taxi as well. So as you can see, we've got a variant on police, a variant on the taxi job, and a variant on civilian, which is very similar to the taxi version. That is pretty cool. All right, let's go and turn the lights on, see how this looks. Again, I think they've done a great job with these new remodels. Oh, and we glitched it through the ground. Great stuff. Yeah, okay. Inside, there's a nice amount of detail. Of course, we can customize if we want the laptop there, the ELS box and stuff. I mean, yeah, I think the interior has a fine level of detail for what you need. But yeah, the exterior, I think it looks really good, honestly. That is a very faithful Crown Victoria without obviously being an exact replica. It looks very close, I gotta say. All right, and then the other vehicle that Ollie's respawned in, 2011 Bullhorn Prancer Pursuit. Yes. So we've got the marked version, Ollie's got unmarked. This was added in the last update on civilian, I believe, and now has made its way onto police. It's pretty nice, honestly. Again, I think they've done a great job with these new remodels. I'm not trying to glaze the devs too much, but I really do think these are miles better than what we were getting in 2024 and 25. Okay, we're in a public server because we can't buy stuff in private servers. But the next thing I want to talk about is gifting. If we go into the main menu, we go to shop, there's now this new gifting tab. So we click on it, we click on the player we want to gift to, aka anyone in the same server as you. Must be a public server, remember. And then, yeah, you can gift anything you can buy in the shop, really. And there's a new tab for passes. So it shows you all of the game passes and, well, you can purchase them, which I think is pretty cool. I wondered why they didn't have this in the beginning, because they always had cash, but they never had game passes. Felt like they were missing out. But yeah, so you can now purchase game passes and you can gift game passes to others. Ollie seems to have everything, so we can't really gift any game passes to him, but we can gift him some money. We are going to be cheap though. Only need 7.5k. 35 Robux. We'll go and purchase that. Lovely. All right, and that's purchased, and Ollie should have an extra 7.5k, which, well, in this economy won't go too far. There we go. Ollie 1572 amazing gifted you 7,500. Quick disclaimer, make sure it does say gifting to. Ollie accidentally just bought himself a bunch of cash, which he meant to send to me. So anyways, it's a cool feature though. Can give out some gifts on stream to my recording team, channel members, stuff like that. So overall, I think I'm pretty glad that gifting has been added. We're back in the private server and we're just going to go over some of the minor improvements to the game. Still worth noting though in this video. So first of all, if we head up into servers, there's now a console only servers tab. I can't join it since I'm on PC, but if you're on console, then you can play with others on the same device, which could be quite useful given the fact that you still have fairly limited controls. Co-owners can now use the map editor. That was a bit of a bug for a while in some servers. Some servers, though, like ours, didn't have the bug. So I guess everyone has access to the map editor if you're co-owner plus now, which is good. And private server staff can bypass the team limits. So that's quite an interesting one, actually. If you have all of the teams are full, for example, and you are a mod or an admin, co-owner, or the owner of the server, you can bypass the team limits. Which I think is quite a good change, to be honest. And if you don't want people bypassing the team limits, they shouldn't really have staff in the first place. There's a new cancel mod command. So, Ollie, if you can call mod, I think he should be able to, even though he is co-owner. Okay, no, he's not. We've got to remove him. Mod help command. There we go. We've got to enable it. All right, try again now. There we go. So, it says mod. We've got that little mod notice in the bottom left. Then when he says cancel mod, it disappears. So it's quite good because every time mods go to, they teleport to someone and asking, do you need to void this call? I don't know. Anyways, it's pretty cool though. That has been removed. So if you're in a private server, there's a bunch of mods, no one's responding to you, then you can just cancel mod. And the last thing I wanted to go over is with the map editor, there is now an increased limit to 50 layouts that you can have saved per server, which is great because we've been going through so many in the recording server. So yeah, you can now have 50. It used to be 25. You can now have double the amount, 50 layouts saved. And I guess loaded at once. Private server is probably going to be a bit laggy, but if you wanted to have all 50 loaded at once, go ahead, give it a try. And if you're looking to share your own templates or find ones to use in your private server, head over to ERLCX.com. There's a bunch of templates constantly being uploaded by people, that as well as liveries, uniforms, ELS you can use in your private server. We don't make any money from this site, but just think it's a cool thing that benefits everyone in the community. On Ollie's screen, I'm apparently standing right under him, so that explains why he's floating. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy. A bit of a smaller update, but hopefully plenty more to come in 2026. It's only January as well, so plenty more to expect. Hope all the developers are getting well from their flu as well, which was the reason this update was so delayed. Anyways, take care, subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.